G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And today we're going to be taking a wind back to 1989 to the beginning of Python Patrol. Yes, we're going to be looking at the Python Patrol water moccasin of Copperhead. Not water moccasin, but Copperhead. I looked at the the water moccasin pilot file card. I just threw that up there just as a backdrop. I stored the file card with the action figure until I could get a water moccasin, but that's neither here nor there. G.I. Joe is really known for the sub-teams. It kicked off technically with the Dreadnoks of, the original Torch Ripper and Buzzer were the original sub-teams with the Dreadnoks. And then in 1986, we got Special Missions Brazil, which was Toys R Us exclusive. And then in 1987, we got Battle Force 2000. And then 1988, we got Tiger Force. And make sure I'm not leaving anybody out here. 1987, we also we got Cobra Law and Slaughter's Renegades. Yeah, can't forget Slaughter's Renegades and Cobra Law, from that movie that a lot of people just did not like, but I really enjoy it. I'm I think one of the few that actually like that movie. Still do. I watch it on YouTube every so often when I have a taste for nostalgia. And then in 1988, we also get the Iron Grenadiers. Then we get Night Force. It just keeps on going and going with these sub teams. And then 1989, we get Python Patrol. And these guys were just completely off the wall awesome. I really enjoyed Python Patrol. Again, I say this with all the sub teams, it gives you a chance to purchase. We also got Slaughter's Marauders. It gives you a chance to purchase action figures that you missed on the first run. You get them again. You didn't get them in the original design, and that was a letdown for me sometimes, but hey, at least I got a Barbecue, or I got a Footloose, or I got a Sergeant Slaughter, but he was in a different paint scheme, and that is fine. At least I got that action figure. And when all these new quote-unquote action figures came out, it was so hard to buy one or two with what little money I had, because I didn't have these figures. And it's like, my gosh, who do I buy today? Because they released new Joes that year too, and I wanted those as well. And it's like, my gosh, who do I get? So I'm standing there in the toy aisles like, what do I buy? And I'm standing there with these action figures in my hand, and my mom is standing there. Have you decided yet? No, I haven't decided yet, Mom. Then she goes shopping some more. Have you decided? No, I haven't decided yet. And finally, I just pick one and go, because I get tired of hearing her, sighing and finally pick one. But 1989 came out with some really, really cool action figures. We got a new Dreadnought that year, Naugahyde. Actually, he was my very first Dreadnought that I had purchased. Just to mention some really cool, there were so many cool ones that we got that year. Just to name a few, we got the Alley Viper, Night Viper, Naugahyde, Heat Viper. We got another version of Snake Eyes. We got Target. We got Stalker version 2, another version of Rock and Roll, a fully functional version of Deep Six version 2. Version 2 of Deep Six, fully functional, fully articulated. The Annihilator, which was a part of the Iron Grenadiers. We got several vehicle drivers. We got the Hiss Mark II, which was an incredible looking Hiss. Came with a great looking driver. Of course, Slaughter's Marauders and all of their really cool vehicles. Then we get the Python Patrol and their really cool vehicles. But their vehicles didn't come with drivers, so you had to buy the vehicle, then pick whatever, the file card would say this is the driver for such and such vehicle, and which I thought was just a cheap shortcut. It should have come with a driver, in my opinion. If you want the freaking Crimson Guard to drive, the stun, then sell the stun with the Crimson Guard. But they're trying to make money, and that's what a company is there for. Or create another character. Come on. But then they have the Night Force, where they repainted some figures that were still available on the shelves, but also brought back some old figures. And then they had some really nice mail-ins as well. But we're going to be talking about Copperhead today. This Copperhead is mine from my childhood. I clicked on barbecue. I'm sorry. I only owned 2 Python Patrol figures at the time when I was a kid. I deeply regretted not buying a Viper when I was a child. I bought the Python Patrol Crimson Guard. I already owned a Crimson Guard. I don't know why I bought a Python Patrol Crimson Guard outside of it being really cool. I loved the Viper, the design of Viper version 1. I should have bought him, but for some reason, who knows the logic of a 14-year-old kid, So this guy, as mentioned, was released in 1989, and he stayed on the pegs until 1991 when he was discontinued. He was a part of the 8th series. This one did come with accessories, which I thought was really cool. I'll pull up pictures of his card back here in a few minutes. I don't have his original file card, unfortunately, so I will read it off of yojo.com. It says, "It is presumed that Python Copperhead," that doesn't make sense. Python is a different snake from a Copperhead. A Copperhead is a poisonous viper, and a python is a constrictor. They both kill differently. But anyway, kids don't think that way. Python Copperhead is native to or otherwise intimately familiar with the rainforests of the Amazon basin. Intelligence sources venture a guess that he raced speedboats and high-stake races in Monaco and Japan. His major weakness is gambling and is in debt to Cobra for a large sum of money. Without enough money to cover what he owes, he joined Python Patrol as a faster means for paying off his debt. So obviously he doesn't get paid because he's working for them to pay off his debt. And you know Cobra Commander isn't cutting him a check. So he works for free and steals. And it reads here in the quote, you know the type. The Python Copperhead, new breed of snake I guess, can drive a swamp buggy like the devil himself and rebuild a V8 with a coat hanger, a toothpick, and start a ruckus that will last until daybreak. Live hard and fast is his life motto, and he stands by it 100%. The Python is all take and no give. Well, that is true about the behavior of the Python. It is all take and no give. That's just the nature of the snake. It takes, and it won't give back what it takes. It just eats it, digests it. But there are no known versions of this Copperhead to exist. Blah, 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 blah. The original retail price on this guy, I think I paid around maybe $245 for him, $255 I think, when I bought him. At this point of time, I was 14. I was in the 9th grade. I was delivering newspapers. I've talked about this paper route before. It was a little advertisement newspaper called the Penny Saver. Companies would buy a spot and place an ad in this newspaper, and I would drive around or ride around on my bicycle with this pouch that fit over my head. It had a pouch in the front and a pouch in the back, and I would ride through the neighborhood just throwing these newspapers around, and I made, I don't know, around $60 or $70 a month doing this. I picked up 2 routes, so I was making pretty decent money for that time, for a kid of 14. So some of that money went to help the family, and others, the rest of it went to bicycle repair, because out here we have little thorns that we call bullheads. Some people call them goat heads. They're just everywhere, especially in the summertime, and it was constantly flattening my tires. So going into repairing, buying new inner tubes or stupid tire repair kits never worked. So constantly going into bike repair and G.I. Joe. So specifically remember going into Smitty's, my favorite grocery store / it was your first, well, I don't know the first, but if you ever shopped at a Fred Meyer, that's what Smitty's is. It was in the Fred Meyer line. It's a grocery store / retail. You have clothing, you have sporting goods, homeware, or housewares, you name it, they have it there. And they had the most awesome toy section there. and that's where I had purchased my Copperhead. And at that point of time, they were constantly moving their toy section around. At that point of time, it was on the left-hand side of the store next to their clothing section, about 3 aisles back. This also had a full-scale pizza restaurant inside of it, as well as a barber shop, a bank, and a snack bar, which was really cool, and a florist. But anyway, so I was standing there with my brother, and we were looking at all these toys, and I saw Copperhead, and it's like, you know what, I don't have this one. So there was no decision making there. I grabbed him and bought him, and my dad even thought he was pretty cool, and he explained the gun to me, the M16 with the over and under, with the grenade launcher at the bottom. So anyway, story time is over. Let's go ahead and take a look at this action figure, and let's delve into this guy and see what we have to see. And I'll pull up the pictures of the file card for you, or the card back for you as well. All right, so here he is. Very good looking action figure. I think I like him a little bit more than the original, to tell you the truth. So let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories first. He's a little bit loose. He still has his original O-ring, so I'm going to be careful as to not break it. His backpack, let's take a look at this, done up in black, has a canteen on it. I think the backpack is not necessary, but it's a nice little add-on. Has a bedroll here up at the top. Has some straps on there, if that shows up or not. You could see some buckles right here. Couple small pouches there, and some more straps here, and this is a pouch here, and you can see the flap going right across the top there. Nice detail on this. There's nothing on the sides save for these smaller pouches. That almost looks like a Leathernecks backpack, doesn't it? And this very awesome machine gun. I love this machine gun. Very similar to Leathernecks machine gun once again. Over and under M16 with the grenade launcher. Has the air-cooled grip, or can't remember the name of the cover there, but that helps cool down the barrel. The hand, my brain is not wanting to work today. The handle that you could hold on to has a hole right here for the rifle sling if you want, and then the sight. And you could see here that if it shows up, but they have little grooves here for a flash suppressor. They made the handle a little bit longer just to accommodate the action figure's hand, and a good attempt at making a trigger for the action figure with no trigger guard. Same on both sides. You can see the magazine on there, and here's a little hole as well. I might have put a string through this at one point of time, and slung it over his shoulder. I can't remember. I remember doing it with one of my action figures and had him had it slung over his shoulder. But yeah, I mean, this is if I have to have a favorite weapon, this is one of my favorite weapons that came with an action figure. You can see he's done up in his special Python Patrol camouflage. Yes, that camouflage that's not supposed to be detected. It's a kind of a lime green with yellow stripes on it. Same mold as the 1984 Copperhead, so he doesn't have the, even though he is post 1985, he does not have the up and down ball joint. He has a pistol slung on his right leg. He has these biker style boots. He was on a figure stand and it fell off the shelf and the peg broke off in the foot, so I'm going to have to gingerly drill that out of his foot, very gingerly, or just not mess with it in fear of cracking his heel off. He's wearing a fancy underwear, as HCC 788 calls it. This is done up in yellow. He calls it bondage underwear, but I was trying to refrain from saying that, as this being more of a family-oriented channel. But that's what it is. That's what it looks like to me. He's wearing a tank top. Before the camouflage, this was all paint. This was all flesh tone, but they left the tank top on and they painted it black. They left the tank top on it, so they wanted it painted black. Anyway, he has a holster slung over his shoulder, wraps around the back, painted in this blood red color. Wearing his yellow helmet. It's kind of looks like Airtight's helmet, with some air intake there on the sides, I guess, to help cool his head down. Also flares out, looks like a Cobra hood, and it has the ridges up at the top just for a very cool look. Little paint wear from me, my brother and I playing with it so much, and you can see the paint wear there on his mask as well, and definite paint wear on the right hand from putting his gun in there so much, putting it in and taking out many times. You see here on the left hand, there is no paint wear whatsoever, because we just didn't do that. But look at that, all that paint wear. We're right-handed people, so we naturally put it in the right hand. So a little paint wear there on his boot. But other than that, we have that texture pattern, if I remember right, from the other Copperhead. I couldn't find the original one. It's in a box somewhere. I would have pulled them out to compare, but I think this was done up in kind of a teal color. This padding here on his inner thigh. But there you have it. Our 1989 Copperhead. I must say that this is the best Copperhead, the best looking one out of the two. That's simply my opinion. This gives you an idea of the two different Copperheads. This is the file card from the one that came with the water moccasin. So I'll go ahead and put that with my water moccasin. Alrighty. So let me know what you think about this figure. Do you have it? Did you have it at one point of time? Please share your thoughts down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. That's the best part of this show, is getting to hear back from you. That's what I really look forward to. So let's go ahead and get into my favorite segment. I've taken up enough of your time already. The segment of Byron's Gripes. For those of you just joining me, thank you very much for tuning in. And for those of you who've stuck with me through all the way to this point, thank you very much for your patience. I do Byron's Gripes as a means of entertainment as well as education, to give new collectors an idea of what to expect when you are purchasing or going to purchase a new action, or to go out and purchase an action figure or vehicle or such. There are many wonderful sites out on the internet to purchase used Joes from. I use eBay just for a reference. I don't do it to pick on eBay. I don't do it to pick on the sellers. That's not what I am about. I do encourage you to go to your local vintage toy stores or comic book shops. You will get the best deals there. Plus the tax dollars stay there, and you are helping a neighbor. So you're supporting a small business, and I really do appreciate a small business. And you're making a friend when you go there enough. And you get to know these guys and just hang around and talk with them. I mean, you have enough time. I don't go to them enough because they're pretty far away. Most of them are in the Phoenix area, and I live pretty far from Phoenix. There's a nice little comic book shop not too far away that I'll stop by, but most of the time, if it's my day off, I just want to stay here at home. I just don't want to go anywhere. So anyway, looking at eBay, we have one here that is incomplete with the wrong gun. Keep in mind, sub teams always fetch a higher price. This guy is wanting $75 or better offer. I think not, mister. Especially with the wrong weapon. What are you thinking? Here is one. I'm going to put this one up deal of the day because he does have the proper file card with it. It doesn't have the accessories, but who cares? You could buy the accessories and still come in at a very decent price. $27.99 or better offer. That's deal of the day. Here's one with just the rifle, $29.99. Here is one bare bones, no accessories, no file card, $32.99. I will call that high end of normal, given that it is a sub-team action figure. Here is one that is complete, with no file card, $36.95. I won't call that deal of the day, but that's not bad, given that it's sub team once again. Here is one carded, $199.95. I'm generally not a mint on card collector. If I find them at a it has to be a very, very good price. I do have some that are mint on card, but that is because I got them at a smoking hot deal, and that's usually because I got them at one of the local shops. This one, $200. you know, I'm not calling this deal the, well, yeah, I'll call that deal of the day for an internet sale. Here's one, bare bones, no accessories, $21.99, deal of the day. Here is one, 100% complete with file cards, $69.99. No, thank you. You could do better somewhere else. You could keep your action figure. Here's one, 100% complete. $49.99. No, you could come down on that price a little bit. You are not sitting on a gold mine. There are a lot more of this action figure. This was out for 2 years. There were hundreds of thousands of these made. His rifle, $9.99. I don't think so. This is at least a $6 toy, $6 rifle, in my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. This is what I think is a good deal or a bad deal. Oh, bare bones, $25 or better offer. Here's another one, bare bones, $26. No on both of those. Here's one, mint on card, $299.99. Thank you, no. You could come down on that some. But it's your toy, you could do what you want with it. Here's a full card back, $24.98. Yeah, that's still pretty high. So no, I won't call that deal today. Backpack, $6. Again, we're looking at, you know, sub teams. You know, prices always go up on sub teams. $6 for the backpack. Here's the gun. Looks like the barrel's broken off. $8. Here's a pair of Copperhead. Bare bones. $58.55 for 2 of them. We're giving, if you want 2 of them. I'm not calling it deal of the day. His arm, you know, you could have a cracked elbow, broken thumb. You know, you need that part. So I'll call that deal of the day. Oh, this is a stupid price. This price is stupid. Might have high altitude sickness with this one. $19.99 for his backpack. Here's one, $36.02, but that's in Canadian dollars. So I'll put that up with deal of the day. $14.99 for the backpack. Thank you, no. $12.95 for the backpack. Oh, but it's $3.95 for shipping. Everybody else is wanting $5 plus for shipping. So thank you very much for lowering that price and healing my wounded heart. Tightwad. Oh, I was Jakob Marley for Halloween, by the way. So I know something about charity and kindness. You know, and the goodwill towards men for playing Jakob Marley. So, business, mankind should have been my business. Charity, hope, goodwill should have been my business. Yeah. Not selling backpacks for $12.95. Here is one. Oh, they just said Python Patrol arm. This looks like it came from the Trooper. $5. I don't know what this is. It just shows a picture. Let me tap on it. Oh, mint on card. $299.99. Again, that's high. Here's one, $249.99. Here's one, 100% complete, 50 fazzuls. You know, you could keep it for that. $11 for his rifle. Thank you, no, but you did soften the blow. Thank you, sir. Marked it down from $12.95. I am going to run out and buy that right now and leave you a tip. Right. Here's another one. $79.96. 100% complete. Marked down from $99.95. I could see why you marked it down, because nobody's wanting to pay your exuberant prices. My gosh. Here's one, $29.99. Here's his waist piece, $9.99. I could see that. That yellow plastic does get brittle, so I'll put that up with deal of the day. Here's his rifle, $19.99. Or $19.55. My apologies. You guys, just because it's a sub team, it doesn't. Stop raising the prices on sub team toys. My gosh. For crying out loud, it doesn't make them rare. They did. It made. Sub teams aren't more rare than regular unless they were store exclusives, like, you know, Toys R Us exclusives like Night Force and Special Missions Brazil, where not a lot of people knew about them. I could understand those prices, but these were, you freaking walk into a Circle K and buy one, or a 7-Eleven. And yes, I did see them in convenience stores. $15.99 for a backpack. $60 for complete with a file card. That's still really high. $4 for the torso, and you're paying $5 for shipping. So with these prices, you could start building your own slowly and still come in under budget. $6.48 for the backpack. I'll put that up. $16.56 for shipping. That really kills me when you gouge on shipping prices. If you want to sell it for a higher price, just mark it up for a higher price and sell it, ship it at the regular shipping rate. And they're expecting people just to hit that, because I've fallen for that before, just not paying attention and then get nailed with that high shipping. And then later have to file a complaint with eBay, or, you know, first work with the seller and say, hey, you know, you nailed, you know, the shipping cost was this and the post office said it was this, could you reimburse me? And normally they do, because they know what they did, and they'll reimburse me. If they don't, then I file a complaint with eBay. $26 for bare bones. $500 mint on card. Come on, guys. $18 for the rifle. $35 for a full card back. Gosh, I'm glad I took my blood pressure medicine this morning. $2.49 for mint on card. $10.80 for, oh, that's for a foreign file card. Okay, I like that. I like the foreign file cards. They're kind of interesting. Okay, here we go again. 100% complete loose. $109.99. Good luck selling it for that. We'll probably see it next month, marked down 70%. Here's another one, $109. Nine, probably from the same seller. Oh, this one comes with a file card. Oh, file card. So Under $9.99. You got to throw into 99 cents for the file card. Here is a busted rifle. The barrel is cut off. $15. Complete rifle. $20. Boy, this one really got me steamed. I'm sorry, guys. I had fun with that one. That's why it's called Byron's Gripes. But yeah, these people gouging you on sub-team action figures, it's just not right. And it's just getting worse and worse. I thought eventually, I made this prediction a few years ago that eventually, you know, that there would be a dome that would break. But this dome keeps on getting higher and higher and higher with vintage toys. I thought eventually that, you know, it would fall out of fashion, but it's getting more and more popular. So these prices are just going to keep on getting higher and higher. So yeah, Byron's Gripes is just going to get funner and funner. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think it down in the comments. Please definitely leave me a comment. I do answer back. I really enjoy hearing back from you. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's build up this channel. Definitely hit the thumbs up button. That it does help. It honestly does help this channel. It spreads the word across YouTube that the channel is being watched, and it spreads it around to other viewers, and it gets the channel noticed. I'm not trying to get rich off this channel. I have a job that pays me. I do this just for the fun of it. I'm not looking to retire off of this channel. It's just for fun. So please just help me just reach a goal. The goal of getting this channel out there and get it known. That would really be I'd see it as a personal favor. So anyway, you guys, thank you very much. Remember, we're into cold and flu season, so wash your hands, please. That's your #1 line of defense. You could see there a few times where I was touching my nose. We do touch our faces up to 300 times a day. I did look that up. I was curious. 300 times a day. You just don't notice that. I'm just watching myself in the camera. I did this a few times. You know, dealing with the keyboards at work. You know, people are touching it. You know, not so much with phones anymore at work. We have our own personal cell phones, but anyway, our hands are first line of defense with washing. So that'll cut down on germs. Since we're not having to wear masks anymore, we're going to see a rise in cold and flu. So if you want to get a flu shot, please do. But colds are going to be on the rise again. Flu is going to be on the rise again. That leads to pneumonia and all that other good stuff. So please wash your hands. Help cut down on that. Remember, be kind to yourselves, and be kind to others. You never know what kind of day somebody is having. And be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. Quick story about being kind to animals. Part of my Halloween tradition is to wear my costume to the mall, walk around, pass out candy to the children. I call the mall a few days in advance to get permission to do this. There is a woman there with her dog, and I startled her dog. The dog was barking at me. She had the dog on a harness. She picked the dog up by the harness, swung it around, and kicked it right in front of me. So help me. I was dressed as Jakob Marley. I had real chains wrapped around me. I was wanting to wrap those chains around her, pick her up by those chains, swing her around and kick her. You just don't do that. And I was just wanting to say hi to this little, I didn't even crouch down or anything. I just looked down at this cute little dog and said hi to it and scared it. That was not my intention. I just wanted to say hi to this cute little dog. It was just trying to protect its owner. And she did that. Boy, if you want to ever get on my bad side, abuse an animal in front of me, and Byron will not be so kind. So anyway, be kind to animals, please. So anyway, you guys, you take care. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. Vampire will be popping up again with a Mego monster toy review as well. So see you later. Bye-bye.